Good day, everyone. We are the Group 3 Flood Control Baharan. Here are the assets that we've used for the 100% game development of our game. Firstly is the character animation assets. As we've discussed before, here are the animation for the character in our game Baharan. There is hurt animation, jumping animation, idle animation, and as well as running animation. Also, we also have an asset called the ghost asset, which is for the ghost run of the game, which is the best run of the game. Next.
So for the relief asset, so this is the asset that we use in the game. So the character will be collecting throughout the game to be able to proceed with the next stage. Collecting all reliefs will help stop the flood when you step on the evacuation center. So this is the asset is also generated by AI. So we have the diaper, the water bottle, the gun, the lucky me, and the relief. Next is the power up. Here is the power up that we used in our game as as our asset, which is the super jump. Next is the background asset. So this is the asset we used. The flood, courtesy to rapid punch, and the background was generated also by AI. Next is the evacuation and the helicopter asset. So this is we used in our game the stage platform assets. We have escape heli and helipad and the evacuation center where the character to rest and stop the flood after collecting all relief goods. This is the asset stage 2 platforms that we use. The stage 2 evac center, the stage 3 platform assets, and the stage 3 evacuation center.
And here are the top 5 scorer. We added the leaderboard on our game, and it will show the top 5 runners. The left one is in the actual game. You can see it at the top right, and the right side, the right picture is where you can see it at the end of the game. So this is the title screen background that we use for our game. And here are the medals um, for gold for first in the leaderboard, and silver for the second, and bronze for the third. And the crown for the first in the leaderboard beside the name of the player. So here are the background music that we use on our game. Music added in the game including SFX, effects, and the background music while in the title screen. So the music asset that we use is free to use even without the need of attribution. It is from Pixabay website. So this is the font that we use. Is it called Kiwi Soda, and it's free to use.
We are now gonna be discussing or narrating the game title, authors, professor, and the game mechanics of our game. So, firstly, our game title is Baharan, a 2D disaster survival platformer promoting flood awareness and resilience using Godot engine. And our esteemed professor, Dr. Erlito Marquez Albina. And then the authors, which is myself, Villalius Miko Miguel S, Mr. Pagagan Mario M, and Mr. Tugdang Andrew Rain. For our game description, Baharan is an intense 2D puzzle survival game that challenges players to think fast and act strategically in the middle of a devastating flood. Set in a submerged urban neighborhood, the game puts you in the role of an ordinary civilian fighting to survive as water levels rise continuously around you. Every second counts, and every decision could mean the difference between escape and disaster. The game engine that we've used is Godot Engine 4.6, and the language that we used for the scripts in our game is the JD script, which is Godot script. For our game mechanics, here are the controls. To move left, press A. To move right, press D. And to jump, spacebar. Interact E. Gameplay instructions. Avoid deep water hazards. Solve puzzles to unlock escape routes. Reach the exit before the water level reaches critical level. And for our objectives is to escape each level by reaching the safe zone before the rising flood overwhelms the player. For the winning condition, the player successfully reaches the exit point of the level before being submerged by the flood. Losing condition is the player loses when their health reaches zero or when they are submerged by rising water for too long. And that is all for our game mechanics and all. And now we will have the actual game demonstration.
And thank you for listening, and we will be presenting the game now.
Okay, hello everyone once again. After discussing the assets, now let's head into our game. So, let's start. As you can hear, there is a background music for the game in the title screen. Okay, firstly, let's discuss the two game mode of our game. First is a casual game mode, where you will notice that there are no timer or the leaderboard on top left and then on the top right. And then, whereas in the time attack, you can see that there is a timer on top left and top right. And as you've noticed that there is a ghost of the run, where you can toggle them on or off in the game. And also, if you've noticed, the casual run doesn't have a ghost. Now let's do a full run and let me get you through the game. First, let's go to full screen for the better experience. And now, let's try to beat the best score of the ghost. As you can see, there's a new feature, which is the power up, which is the super jump power up. It can help you go through new routes to make you faster in your run. So as you can see, I've already gotten to the evacuation center and left the ghost, which means I am on the lead for the top run. And once again, I'm going through the fastest route that I've learned into our game. And then wait for it to. And also, we implemented the moving platforms, so it will increase the difficulty of our game. Now let's go through these carefully and hopefully we don't fall. And even if we fall, there is a checkpoint that we can use, so it will not be an entire game over. And as you can see, we've already finished the game, making us the best score for the game. And let's retry, and you will see the ghost. The last game we played is now the latest ghost, which will mean it will be harder to beat. And now, let's get into the options.
So for the options, here are the general option we have, which is the display mode. We have three mode, which is full screen, windowed, and borderless full screen. And for window, we have three other um, resolution. So as discussed earlier, the toggle goes on is on the option menu, and for the sounds, um, you can adjust it here also on options. As you can see, we are that all the functions are working or sounds.
Next is the leaderboard. So as you can see, we have a leaderboard in our game. All the best run, all the records of playing the game will be saved here in the leaderboard. And also, we add the medals for the top 1, top 2, top 3. And for the top 1 in the leaderboards, we put the crown to make it more satisfying. And also, you can search all the name, your name in the leaderboard, so you can easily find your best run record. Also, we put the filter, the top 60, the top 100 that will show in the leaderboard. Next is the how to play. So we add how to play to make it more informative the player on how to play our game. So for the controls, move left, right, A and D or arrow keys. So the jump is the space bar, pause, the S. Also, we add the objective. So to complete for the leaderboards, you have to escape the rising floodwaters and also reach checkpoints to save progress. Finish as fast as possible to get a high rank. And we also add tips so don't fall behind. The water rises faster. Your time your jumps carefully and use platforms wisely to stay ahead.
This is the credits and references that we use in our game development. So this is the music and the video tutorial that we use to guide to develop our game, and also the texture water that we use in our flood. And this is the references of all the sound effects and all the sound effects that we use, and also the reference of the texture of the water that we use in our flood in our game.
And that's all for our 100% of our game development. Thank you for watching and listening.